Okay, so where I left off was, we have it simplified, but in order to technically be simplified, you can't have a square root in the denominator. So we need to get rid of that. So we do that by multiplying it by itself. The square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4, and the square root of 4 is just 2. So this ends up being the square root of x, the square root of 10, because the square root of 5 times the square root of 2 is 10. That can't simplify any further because we have 1, 4, 9. 1 we can divide it by, but that's not going to change the square root of 10. And then we have 2y. So this is the answer in simplest form. We don't need to worry about absolute value symbols because it says assume all variables are positive. Okay, so this next one here, we have our 4/3 out in front. Okay, so we're going to keep it out in front. But then we also have to take note that it's the square root of 6 over the square root of x squared. So I could rewrite this as 4/3 times the square root of 6 over 8x. Because remember with fractions you multiply straight across. So this would basically be 4 times the square root of 6, which is what that is, and 3 times the square root of 8x, which is what that is. Now, like we did here, we can simplify what's under the radical first. So we'll have 4/3 times, and this can actually simplify to 3/4 x. And then, oh sorry, the x needs to be here with the 4. And then we can go ahead and take the square root of each piece. So this is actually 4/3 times the square root of 3 over the square root of 4x. And then the square root of 4x, well the square root of x we can't do, but we can do the square root of 4. So really, this is 4/3 times the square root of 3 over 2, the square root of x. So to write it, it's going to be 4 square root of 3, because that's 4 times the square root of 3. And then 3 times the square root of 2 radical x, so it's going to be 3 times 2 is 6 square root of x. So you would think that would be the final answer, and actually I did until I just looked at it and realized 4/6 can be simplified even further, and that can go to 2/3. So really this is 2 square root of 3 over 3 square root of x. But like I said before, can we have a square root in the denominator? No, so we have to get rid of that. So we need to multiply everything by the square root of x. So we're actually going to have 2, the square root of 3x over 3x. That's your final answer. So then let's go ahead and look at this last problem here. Because this is 3 plus the square root of 7 over square root of 7, we can't break it up. And if you look, there's nothing, I can't add these together because that's not a radical and that is. I can't do anything with it. So the first thing we do to rationalize the denominator is just multiply everything by the denominator. So we're going to multiply everything by the square root of 7. Whoops. Square root of 7. So doing that, we're actually going to distribute the square root of 7 to everything up here. So 3 square root of 7 is just 3 square root of 7. The square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is the square root of 49, which is 7. And then same thing here, square root of 7 times square root of 7 is the square root of 49, which again is just 7. So that's how you could have your answer written. Or this is technically 3 square root of 7 over 7 plus 7/7. It means the same thing. So this might be your answer on the ACT, or it might be 3 square root of 7 over 7 plus 1. That might be how it's written on your ACT, or as an answer choice. So just keep that in mind. It can be written either way. I know it's kind of confusing, but it's everything we've learned. We're building off of every unit so far. So it's just applying what we've already learned to a new concept.